have this shadow box here this morning, and I have an interesting project. This is the original sculpture by my dad of the Concertina Man, who was a caroler edition. Came out in 2002. Actually, my dad stamped, he made a special stamp that says copyright Simpich 2002. And it's a wonderful sculpture, and we have decided to include him as part of our expo. We are going to have a silent auction, and this original one-of-a-kind head, even though a mold was made from it, and they made many additional Concertina men, but this is the original. And I'm going to mount it inside the box here. I'm working that out presently. And we're going to have some other information about him inside the box. So this is truly a one-of-a-kind collector item, and is a special offering from the Simpich estate for our first expo. So I have a few problems to solve, and then I hope to pull this together. Do you guys want a treat? Okay, you've helped me out, so that's okay. We'll talk about it in a minute, all right? All right. I have something to reveal here after several hours of work. I have everything in place except the glass. I will put the glass on shortly, and this will be a completed project. Interesting one. I've not installed one of my parents' doll designs in a shadow box before. I had to create an armature to hold the other information that kind of complements the head, and I actually had to create a pedestal for the head also. So I had to work out the armature, install it, paint it, lay it in with hot glue, and then reinforce it with more archival glue. And here's the finished piece, which we will have in our silent auction at our first doll expo. Now, across the top is a replica of a promotion that came out in 2004 in their newsletter, their fall newsletter. So I'm kind of wondering if that's kind of when he was introduced officially, although I think he was in production before that because the head was designed in 2002. So it says, Concertina Man, our new caroler, adds harmony to your home with the jolly strains of his old world serenade. And no one knew in 2004 that my parents, including my parents, no one knew that the doll business was going to have their official announcement with my parents' retirement just a year later. So very late in the enterprise that this head and this character was designed. And then below I made a little scroll here, and the top says, the Simpich character doll Concertina Man was designed by Bob Simpich in 2002. This is the original sculpture from which castings were made. And then I mentioned the replica above. In my parents' studio, when all those years they just passionately created these wonderful sculptures, there'd be original doll heads just lying around, and those are the years that I remember. And when they made molds off of the heads, when my parents used this plastic clay, oftentimes the original would survive. But in the early years, they did all their original heads out of clay. And pretty much the molds destroyed the originals. So of the early heads, we have very few originals left. We do have a few. Some have survived, but very few. And I always thought that was sad, and I think everyone was kind of excited about these plastic sculpting material heads being able to survive the molding process when they would create the molds. But you know, doll heads just lying around in their studio, you know, stuck in the back of a drawer, you know, just lying in the, you know, by the coffee cup, and don't know where they all have gone. We have a lot of them, some of the heads from the later years. So this is a premiere offering for Simpit Showcase to have this one-of-a-kind original head. Very valuable, needless to say, because it's the original sculpture by my dad. So this will be featured at our silent auction at our first expo, Doll Expo, which is this very soon. This coming Saturday, June 12th, 2021. So we hope to see you there, and please remember to subscribe to our videos and like them, and we can continue to include stories that explore all the avenues of the Simpit character dolls. There's something else I'd like to show you today, but I'm going to leave the shadow box here and go to the Christmas room. All right. Here is the completed figure on our Christmas room Christmas tree. He's wired on there, and we really needed to show you the finished product. Much labor and love went into the completion of him. As a matter of fact, I made a whole video about the completion of him and the controversy over whether he should have sculpted hands or just mitten hands. So that's another video that you can link to below. And so there he is, a very, very successful piece, and people just absolutely loved him and didn't really have a very long time to collect him. So, and now I need to go back to my studio because I did promise the dogs a treat. So that's the final thing we're going to take care of today.